Hello, I want to do a drawing vlog today because I finished a drawing that was feels like a milestone for me, like a little chapter that I could do it. For a long time now, probably at least since I went to PAX like 2 years ago with the guys and we cosplayed from League of Legends. I think since then I was thinking, oh, it would be fun to like draw us as cosplayed as characters from League of Legends, and I was thinking, oh, but then I just didn't feel like I was up to doing it yet because I still wanted to learn a few more things. Like in my head, I was like, yeah, okay, I gotta learn more about anatomy, and then what else? Just all sorts of stuff. I wasn't ready for it really. I didn't feel ready for it. But then I think this year at Donovan's birthday, I drew a picture of him and drew him as his cosplay from League of Legends, and I really enjoyed doing that. And then at the time, I was really happy with it, but I yeah still didn't think I was ready for doing all four of us, and I think it was just 2 or 3 weeks ago. Donovan just messaged and because I'd been drawing a lot since then, and I'd done that 1 week of just drawing every single day, pretty much, with Fabelina's draw with Fabelina week, and Don just said, "Oh, if you need ideas of what to draw, maybe you could draw the four of us as characters and stuff, and like choose characters that suit our personality and things like that." I was like, when he said that, I was like, "Yes, I think I can do it now. I think I can do it." Like it was like let's say when you're doing like bouldering or rock climbing or something, and you can do like the easy ones, but then someone says, "Okay, maybe you can try that one here. It's harder, but um." Have a go, and you think, I think I can do it. Like that's the next thing to try, and because I like with practicing drawing, like just pushing myself a little bit and learning different things, and just and so this drawing definitely stretched me further than before, way further than before. Like normally, I'll tell you, normally like when I do a drawing, it takes me like 1 or 2 days, or one day mainly. If I have like 5 hours just to sit there and draw it, I could probably finish it. But usually it's just one character or something like that. um, this one I drew four characters, four of us in one picture, and there was a lot I had to learn because basically I spent the first few days just thinking, okay, where are we gonna stand? So I was actually googling because hey, before I could be go on this drawing vlog could be quite long because this drawing took me a long time and there was a lot going on in it. So basically, at first I was googling pictures of four people. Gauntlet. I looked up Gauntlet because that was a game that I used to love. And, it's like with four characters, and so there's four characters, and I was looking at posters and pictures of game art of Gauntlet, and that helped me a lot just to see how they're positioned. And I think I saw one where they were positioned like one, two, and then one at the front. I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. But I still couldn't decide how we're gonna stand actually, and or what if I wanted to make us do like a scene or something like that. But in the end, I thought I'd just do like just four of us, but somehow make it look appealing. I didn't want them just standing there. So then, after I decided that kind of setting, I was like, okay. So then I asked the guys like, which characters would they like the best? If you could, I go to them. If you could be any character, or which character do you think is coolest? And then so Donovan said Yasuo or Master Yi. Merv said Donga, which I looked up, and it's Heimerdinger. And Vu, we all know he's Teemo, and I love Leona the most. But actually, for drawing, I was thinking, for the picture, I thought it would look cooler if I was like they could be at the front, three guys, and I could just be like one of the bigger characters at the back, just kind of backing it up in the background. So I was thinking like Nautilus or maybe Ramus, like a big Ramus. But so that's what I was thinking, because when you're drawing it yourself and you could pick any character in League of Legends, that was hard to okay, who do I want to be? If they could let me be a character right now in League of Legends, which character would it be? So that was very hard for me actually, very hard. So then I spent ages like playing around with each character, like different poses, like which pose should they be like, and how these poses, all four of them together. It was like kind of like hard because it's like how do I make it so that it looks good, but I wanted to make sure that every character was cool, like, and like it wasn't like yeah. So in the end, at the start, I'd settled on this pose where okay, so this is like one of the first uh ones, and this is what I picked. I had oh, okay, wait, just went screensaver. Alright, so I had Vu on the Teemo as a mushroom, which I really liked that pose. Because initially I had him just kind of like doing his blowing dart thing, kneeling, and I was thinking, that's kind of cool, but not like, I want something special, like really standing out, like, so that, you know, and I was really happy with it. And I wanted each of them to be a little bit different. And so we had Drew as Donga. In this one, he's just kind of like standing like that, looking goofy, because I wanted Donga to be quite goofy. And then I had Ramus at the back, which is kind of like there with his hands up. Because for me, that kind of Ramus, he looks the same kind of in any pose. So I wasn't too fussed with that. And then him, I had Don at the front. Because I saw this picture of Sephiroth where he's kind of like coming towards the screen, and kind of his legs were smaller and his body is bigger to make it look like it's coming out. And I thought that looked really cool. But then when I drew it like that, I couldn't get it right, because I think by itself it would work, but with guys in the background, the perspective thing with the small legs, it doesn't really fit. And I was like, I was looking at it going, these jigsaw puzzle pieces just don't fit. Like, you know, I'm like, damn, what am I going to do? So in the end, I played around with, I was on my Friday off, I just went to the State Library and I was just playing around with different poses for, what's it, Don's character. I wasn't sure which, would he be Yasuo or Master Yi at this stage, but basically I ended up going with that. Oh, and my phone is so full of reference pictures. I'm going to delete them now that I've finished the picture. Like, so many pictures. Like, I had pictures of Teemo, people cosplaying Teemo, like, for each character. And different people in different poses, different characters in different poses. Like, you don't know how I was in this, like... And I'm used to spending one day on a picture. And here I am, like, a week in and I haven't drawn it yet. This is me a week in. Like, a week in and I got that. But you know what? When I had these poses... Oh, the spoiler. Poses. When I had that pose, I was like, oh my god, I can't wait to finish this picture. It's going to look so cool. When I had Don in that pitch pose, I was like... Yeah, that looks good, because he looks really cool at the front. And what did I have him stand? I actually had his foot on a mushroom at that stage, but it got better than that, in my opinion. Like, and so then once I had the poses, then I went back to Ramus. I drew Ramus. So yeah, whatever, cool. Did the outline. Okay, moved to the next character, and it took a while. I couldn't do it all in one night. Like, I could do one character, maybe two characters. And then I'd be like kind of drained in a way. Like, it'd be late at night and I was like, I can't do the other two characters at like 2 a.m. in the morning, because I won't be able to put the same amount of effort in that I want to do it. Like, because each character I was like looking up music as well, like typing in like music for playing Leona, music for playing Teemo, and playing like playlists and listening to that while I was... And I also looked up the characters and read their backgrounds and to find out what about this character. Like, Yasuo, I never really knew what he was like, but he's got a really sad backstory, actually. Teemo, I found out he was so cool. Heimerdinger was really cool as well. And yeah, so what am I up to? Basically, I was listening to music, blah, blah, blah. So I could do one character or maybe two characters at a go. Like, I do one character, then I take a break and exercise and come back and do another. But I just couldn't do all four of them one after the other. So it took a while. And I had to exercise a lot of patience, because when I got to that stage where I knew their poses, I was like, damn, I want to finish this. Especially Don, Vu, and Merv, I wanted them to see it and like it. I wanted to make sure that they liked it. Like, I didn't want to just draw one cool and then the other two just kind of there. Like, I wanted each of them to be like I think the creator of One Piece, Ichiro Oda, he said like, when he's making his characters, he doesn't want to just have like background characters. He want to make sure that his characters that he makes for the Straw Hats, the main ones, each one could can you hold on? Hello? Yeah, okay. Alright, so to cut a long story, wait, how am I gonna pause this? I'm gonna pause it. Cool, so, yeah, I hope like enjoying the two files together again. What am I up to? Basically, so then I was drawing them. So I drew the Ramus at the back. So I switched from Nautilus to Ramus. Then I drew Drew. And his name's Andrew. Did him. Then I drew Vu. So I drew Vu, I was like, okay, so what should I do for Vu? And at the same time, I happened to be learning anatomy at the same time. So I had learnt from this anatomy book how to draw the torso with the muscles and stuff. So it was perfect timing because when I was drawing Vu, I put into practice what I just learned with the anatomy, and so I could draw his muscles and stuff. And I was like, and he turned, and his face, I chose, I looked at Rurouni Kenshin, which is one of his favorite characters, and I looked at the face of Rurouni Kenshin. I go, I'll try to make the face look like that, you know, kind of like put a lot into this drawing of the like Vu of what he likes. So yeah, so I drew, I looked at Rurouni Kenshin's face and kind of modeled that. Then I drew Teemo, and then I looked up blah 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 blah. So in the end, I drew Vu. I don't know if I've got a picture of it. I'll show you a picture of it. What happened was I drew Vu as Teemo, and I really liked it a lot. Like, particularly liked it a lot. I don't know where it is. Here. I drew that. So I drew him like that. Sitting cross-legged with thing. And I was like, I really like that a lot. A lot more than like what I'd drawn before. And I was like, damn it. So once I drew that, then I drew Don as Yasuo. So I drew him, and so I put what do they call Poro? His foot is on a Poro, which is a creature from League of Legends, instead of a Shroom, which I thought was better. And then after that, I was like, okay, so these two look really cool. So then I actually went back and redrew Drew to make him look cooler, and like, so I made it look like he was cosplaying Heimerdinger. So yeah, I was like researching their costumes and stuff. Yeah, and then so that's like what I imagine if Drew could cosplay him, that would be what he looked like. And then I'd done those three, and they looked really cool. And I was like, I could put Rammus at the back, but I was thinking, you know, if this really was my one chance to draw a League of Legends picture with my friends, which character do I really want to be? Like, do I really want to be Rammus? But because Leona is my favorite because of her way her play style. Like when I play her, I love it. I use her a lot, and also just her character. And I watched the animation. You know, there's like one called The New Dawn. It's a cinematic for League of Legends, and in that she's running along with Ahri, and Ari's about to get stepped on or something, and then she runs in, bumps Ahri out the way, and then kind of blocks it, and then gets crushed in the meantime. And I thought, that's so cool. I'm going Leona all the way. And so I had to redesign Leona to be a guy. So it's like a male version of it. So when I was drawing that, I had to like think of what her armor would look like as a guy. So this is me, like, I want to finish this picture just because it's like, oh, I can't wait for people to see it. But I still had to stop and do this and then design Leona. And so I finished it. And so I finished the black and white version. So I think that's the black and white version. I was so happy at this stage. So that's the black and white version. And then so I hadn't outlined them yet. So then there's the outlining stage for each character. But I think the hardest part initially was just getting that onto the paper. Once I had that, I was like, yes, pretty happy. And then I think I was playing Overwatch with Donovan, and I was telling him, he goes, what have you been doing? And I said, I've been drawing. And he goes, I can tell that you're smiling. And he could tell through the team speak, or whatever you call it, in Overwatch, that I was so happy about it. So I was really happy about it. But I still had a lot to go because then I finished colouring it. Took me a while as well. Coloured them all. And then at that stage, they're all coloured. It looked really nice. But it was flat. Like, and then because I was still not very sure about shading. In the past, what I've done with shading is like look at other people's pictures and say, okay, so that's where the shading is. I'll like put the shading where they put it. But I was like, this picture, it's pretty much all my original. There is, like, with all these poses, you know what I mean? Like, I can't find a guy sitting on a mushroom or anything like that. So what I did was I stopped, and I went back and did tutorials of this artist that I really like on YouTube. His name is Sycra, Sycra, and he's got this video series called Foundations of Light and Shadow. There's 17 videos, some are about 9 minutes, some are shorter, but I spent a day or two going through those and learning about light and shadow, and he taught so concisely and so well that when I was doing the shadow for this, and also I watched another video of his about drawing ellipses of the face, showing the planes of the face, because I wasn't sure what shape the face is for lighting it up. And so that helped me a lot. So I watched that, and then I was like, okay, I'm done that. Now let's shade this thing. So I started off with myself at the back, and I shaded the face in. I was like, when I finished the head, I was like, oh my gosh, I like that. I didn't favorite it. Okay, so once I shaded it, I'm not sure if the hair's done yet. Okay, I did the hair as well. So I shaded it, and I was really happy with myself because I didn't copy anyone else's shading. I just looked at the picture, figured out where the light was, and thinking, where would be the light, where would be the dark, where would be the coarse shadows, where would be the reflected light, all that stuff. I know it now because of Psychra and his tutorials. And so then I spent, I don't know, a day or more than a day, hours, I don't know. I get lost in it, but I did all of them. And today I finished it. I was like, yes. And so I'll show you the finished product. This colored in version. So happy with it. Alright. That's the finished product of like 3 weeks of work or something like that. It's all shaded in. I'm so happy. You know what's cool? This hobby, it's like I can just, when I finish the picture, even like today when I went out to go to dinner with some of my friends, and as I was coming home, I was just pulling out this picture on my phone and just looking at it, just smiling, because I could see, I remembered all the hard work that went into it. They're in these poses because I had spent a long time trying zillion different poses, and the shading and all that stuff. Like, I remember I was guessing with a lot of the shading, and I was just so happy with it, like really, really happy. I love when you do something, I get lost in it, and at the end of it, I look at it and go, yes, that's just how it should be, you know, like, oh, I love it. So I just wanted to do this video just to record this milestone that it's like you know, when you're training for something and you say, oh, one day I'm going to do that. And then today I did this thing that I wanted to do for a long time, actually. And I'm so happy with the results. Not like, oh, I wish I could do this differently. I'm looking at that going, I'm pretty damn happy with that. Like, I wouldn't really change. I'm pretty happy with it. So now I can just relax. And then, and you know what? Doing that, I feel out, and Donovan and Vu have seen it and they really like it. So I was like, yes. I always just wanted I wanted to make sure that those guys liked it as well. Yeah, that was huge. And yeah, so now I can relax and I'm so pumped. And I think Vu actually, I was out with him yesterday and he goes, oh, so where do you want to take your drawing? And like, what do you want to, and then, or something like that. And I didn't immediately know how to answer, but I thought about it and I know now it's like, I don't really care. Right now, I love, because I read about this quote from this book called The Art Spirit. And this guy said, art isn't, the reason you do art is not for the end product. It's for, the end product is a result of just going in this trance of creativity or something like that. I'm just what do you call it when you not make up, but like just get the gist of it. So basically, I know from experience, like when I'm drawing these pictures, these last, I don't know, pictures I've done in the last few months, I'm so lost in it when I'm doing it, which I love. Like, I could be drawing and I'm looking at the clock like, whoa, it's like 5 hours later or something like that. And even when I'm drawing, I actually don't see the picture prop until I'm finished, and then I can look at it. It's like going into like a zone, and I love it. Love it so much. And I like the fact that there's always more to learn. It's not like you're done. There's always another way to look at it, another influence to look at, another getting better at this. But, you know, there's so many things to it. I just love it. Oh, so happy. And the fact that if I really like something, if I go watch the Warcraft movie and I love it, and a scene comes to me in my head, I could try to draw it, you know? Oh, I love it so much. So, yeah, and I just, yeah, I like to, and like, yeah, like I was saying, with the, what do you want to do with drawing? I just like this thing that is just purely about the actual thing for once, you know? Not like I'm trying to write a book so I get published, or, you know what I mean? Like, this is just drawing because I like drawing, and I love it so much. Right now, because the way I'm doing drawing a lot at the moment is I had to cut back a lot of other stuff like ukulele and writing, all that stuff, all these things I want to do as well. But it's doing this one thing better. Like, instead of doing everything kind of 10-15 minutes a day, I'm just, all it is just drawing, and I exercise as well, and it's so much easier that way when there's just less to do. you can get really into it. So I just wanted to make this video saying, yeah, I'm really happy with the drawing, and now I can't wait to do more. So right now I'm reading this book by Quentin Blake called Words and Pictures. Just reading it, it's awesome. Just reading about it, love it. Cool. So that's all I want to say in this long video. Also, I want to mention that the iPad Procreate, it does speed draws, so it remembers how you drew it. Usually my speed draws for drawings are like between 1.5 minutes to 3 minutes or something like that. This speed draw for this one is 20 minutes. So if I wanted to sit and watch myself quickly drawing this, it will still take 20 minutes because it went through all these iterations. Like, I'll show you a brief clip of it. So you'll see it, but we're not going to go through the 20 minutes of it, don't worry. But see how many poses I went through? Oh, that's going to take forever to show through. And that's just doing the turtle, the armadillo that I didn't even use. So if you want to look that up, if you look up Long Wings Tun, that's my other channel for drawing, and Speed Draw or something. Or I might put a link to it at the bottom. Anyways, catch you guys later.